Hey man, we here. Like y'all thought we were going. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe, man. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop, baby. Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway,
get ready, because you're now listening to Water Cooler Talk. Covering everything sports and sports news. From the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, the pros, the collegiate level, and everything in between. If it's about sports, then we're about it. So keep it locked to the absolute coolest podcast. Now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the coolest podcast in your ear. My name is Nick Frazier. The other person, you hear him or you see him, his name is
Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. When you hear our voice, you know what that means. That means it's Wednesday. That means we're sitting around the water cooler and we're giving our perspective on sports, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us. Marcus, how you doing today, boss man?
I'm good. I'm blessed, man. How you, brother?
Man, I'm here. I'm happy. You know, I'm excited every time we get a chance to sit around the water cooler and give our perspective on sports, man. It's a great time. It's a great day, man. Hey, your Bills lost. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care.
Nowhere to be found.
Hey, it's fine. It's okay. It's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we're going to talk football today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to recap the divisional round. We're going to talk about who's better, who's more dangerous, and we're going to talk about which one is more likely to happen between these teams coming up this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, you watching us right now or you listening to us, make sure you subscribe, like, share the video. Make sure you're using the hashtag wctpod. If you're following us, make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Getting a lot of engagement on TikTok, but we need them follows, man. So make sure y'all following us there on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. If you're on the Twitter sphere, they call it X now. Follow us at CoolestPod23 on the Twitter sphere. I still call it Twitter. and things of nature. And things of that nature. And I know all y'all on Facebook, man. Go to our Facebook page and follow us and like us on Facebook, the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Facebook, man. We surely would appreciate it as we are trying to grow and become better and better and better. Marcus, are you ready?
Let's get it. Let's go.
The crowd noise is ready to go. We ready. You already know. Teams are ready at the midfield line. What I'm saying half line for. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know. I was about to say half court. That's why I was thinking half court, but I meant to say midfield.
Hey, you been watching too much Auburn basketball.
It is what it is, man. Shout out to Auburn basketball. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know. Let's go ahead. Let's head to the first quarter. Let's go.
It's now time for the first quarter.
Woo! Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. Let's go ahead and get it started right now. Let's recap divisional weekend right now. As you can see on the screen if you're watching us, man, it was a great weekend this past weekend of football. We had some exciting games and some not so exciting games of a game that we thought that I thought was going to be an exciting game. But see on the screen there, you had San Francisco and Green Bay. You had Kansas City and Buffalo, Baltimore and the Texans, and you had Detroit and Tampa Bay. Marcus, give me your perspective. Yes, give me your recap, your analysis of this past weekend. Which game you want to start with, boss? Let's go.
I'll start with my game. Nick, please don't interrupt. I got a lot to get off my chest.
Please, I'm going to just sit back. I'm going to sit back.
Please don't interrupt. I got a lot to get off my chest. Josh Allen, I'm not blaming you for anything, but you did short arm that throw. Well, I say Chris Jones hit your arm on that pass. That's the only thing I got a problem with. But I will single you out. Stephon Diggs, you did a lot of crying during last offseason. Lot of crying. It was time to put up or shut up. You had 9 targets, 3 receptions for 21 yards. Explain, and you dropped a bomb that went straight through your hands that could have won the game. Please, Stephon Diggs, I don't want to hear nothing this offseason unless it's you catching passes or you getting traded, because I don't know what to do no more. You have became a problem in my locker room,
what?
Stephon.
What?
He's a problem. Not because of his mouth, just because of who he is.
Whoa.
He
I wish I had a drop for
just
that.
because who he is. Just because who he is right now. And me, myself personally, I feel like the relationship could be mended. Because my homeboy Kyle does point out that Stephon Diggs has been quiet this whole entire year. But it's about the antics that he pulled out last year. And it's about how we gave him a chance to show up this year and he was nowhere to be found. That's that game. And shout out you for predicting. Patrick Mahomes has found a way. Him and Pachenko has found a way to do it. Next game, I'll speak on the Baltimore and the Texans. That game I thought was going to be close.
Me too.
That game turned into a blowout. that defense is for real, and Lamar Jackson is looking like Baltimore as a whole is looking like a team of destiny this year.
Can't go that far, but okay.
They look like a team of destiny this year.
Can't go that far, but all right.
But I would say going to the San Francisco Green Bay game. San Francisco. Y'all better clean up y'all act. That's all I'm gonna say. That don't look good. That don't look good. That don't look good at all. You know, just say y'all better clean up y'all act.
But
Detroit and Tampa. Baker will be Baker. Shout out Detroit and Nick again. Shout out to you for your dark horse. They have Kane, they have Saul, and if they beat San Francisco, they have conquered. But I will say that Tampa put up a good fight, better than what I expected, and it came down to Baker throwing an interception at the end of the game, not looking off a linebacker, throwing it directly to a linebacker at the end of the game. But the most heartbreaking was the Kansas City and the Bills, man. Like it hurt. It hurt. That one right there hurt.
I'm gonna save that one for last. Let's start with this Texans Baltimore game. Start with this Texans Baltimore game, man. This is probably the first time we have seen CJ Stroud look like a rookie. This game here. Look like a rookie in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to realize that the Texans did not score an offensive touchdown in this game. No offensive touchdown in this game. Baltimore's defense was that dominant. Lamar Jackson had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns. Amazing. Give Lamar his props. As of right now, Lamar Jackson's the league MVP. I'll have more of that later. This Detroit Tampa Bay game. The NFC looked really competitive this past weekend. Both games looked really competitive. Real competitive. Detroit, I would have to say, if it was not for home field advantage, I don't think Detroit wins that game. I don't know, man. I don't know. That was a good ball game going into the fourth quarter. That was a tie ball game at halftime, if I'm not mistaken. That was a good ball game. Baker Mayfield showed up. He made crucial mistakes, but he played well enough, except for those mistakes at the end, to win that game and put Tampa Bay in a position to be in the NFC Championship game. So I have to give it up for Baker Mayfield, but the quarterback that had the least mistakes won the game. Let's look at it right here. Baker Mayfield was 26 of 41 for 349 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Compared to Jared Goff, 30 for 43 for 287 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So you mean to tell me Detroit got 2 extra possessions that actually helped them take away from what Tampa Bay possibly could have gotten at minimum 3 points or at minimum a touch or at most a touchdown? That's a 6 to 14 point swing. That changes the game. And what did Tampa Bay lose by? Tampa Bay lost by 8 points.
Did you see? But the thing about with that Tampa and Detroit game, did you see how at the end when they still had a timeout, they just let the clock run
Well,
on their quarterback Neal?
yeah,
How
it was
you feel
three,
about that?
it was 3rd and 10, and they had the ball. The ball was, I believe, was like what, at the 30-something yard line. So even if with 37 seconds left, even if you take a timeout there 1 second with one timeout remaining to make them punt the ball, you have one timeout left. I mean, you have to go what, 60 yards to get a touchdown with one
It's the
timeout.
playoffs, though.
Do
It's
you
the
trust
playoffs, though.
Do you trust Baker Mayfield to do that? I mean, in that game, the way he was playing, and the way he was playing in that game, I agree with what you're saying. I saw the same thing. But do you trust Baker Mayfield in that situation? He's already thrown 2 interceptions in the game. Do you trust him?
Look, Nick, it ain't about me trusting him. It's win or go home. So I'm.
But you gotta trust the quarterback, though.
It's win or go home.
You gotta
though.
trust the quarterback, though.
He gonna be in Miami. He gonna be in Miami this offseason regardless. If he did that last drive, he didn't. He going to Cabo this offseason regardless.
You going either way. Hey, it is what it is. I get what you're saying.
With that right now.
Hey, you got a point. But looking at this San Francisco Green Bay game, Green Bay should have won that game. Green Bay should have won that game. If it was not for a Anders Carson missed field goal. And I hate to say this because Anders went to Auburn. And Anders has not been he has not been himself since he had the ACL injury. And he tore his ACL and he has not been the same. Before that, he was automatic. He was like his brother Daniel. But after the ACL injury, I think he lost a lot of confidence and he's still trying to grow that back. But Anders missed a field goal that would have made the game a 24-17 game going into that last drive for San Francisco. And if San Francisco would have scored, it would have been a tie ball game, 24-24. And then that last drive that Jordan Love was on, it would not have been to go win the game to get a game time field goal. That would have been to go get a game winning field goal. That's it. I blame that one on Anders, and I hate to do that because he's an Auburn guy. But Anders Carson, if you would have made that field goal right there, it's a different ball game. But you also can blame it on Jordan Love. Jordan Love threw a game-ending interception. But what was going through his mind at that point? Going through his mind in that game-ending interception could have been my kicker just missed a 41-yarder. I got to go down here and win the game. I got to go down here and put a touchdown on the board. Because I'm not feeling too confident in my kicker right now. He may not have the confidence in himself. So he's being aggressive. He trying to make a play when you scramble into your right, you don't throw back across the field as a quarterback. That's a cardinal sin as a quarterback. You don't do that. But he did.
Trying to make a play.
Trying to make a play for his team. So the way San Francisco played in that game, the defense looks shaky to me. They look really shaky. They don't look too strong. Jordan Love is legit. I wish they would give him.
Give him his papers.
They need to give him another. He needs a reliable tight end that he can get the ball down the seam, and he'll be okay. Green Bay is going to be here for a while. Now, let's get to this Buffalo Bills Kansas City game. I've been saying all year, ladies and gentlemen. I've been saying the same thing all season. Patrick Mahomes is that guy. You don't bet against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes won a game on all field goals. He won a game on all field goals. He was like, look, my receivers ain't catching the ball right now. This is not real. This was like with like 2 or 3 weeks left in the season. I forgot who they was playing right now. It doesn't come to my head. But Patrick Mahomes got one offensive touchdown in the game and kept getting the team in field goal range, and his field goal kicker kept giving them points. They won 26-7, if I'm not mistaken. Patrick Mahomes is that guy. And I told y'all, Patrick Mahomes was going to get in those receivers, and he was like, y'all not going to mess up my legacy because I'm coming. And I keep telling y'all going to believe me one day when I tell y'all Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback that ever played the game of football. He's the greatest. Y'all gonna believe me when I say that. They had 2 penalties in one drop. 2 penalties in one drop. Patrick Mahomes is that guy. Y'all gonna listen to me when I say this. feel spiritual right now. Hallelujah this evening. Man, I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes is that deal, man. Patrick Mahomes is that guy. Now, I will say this. Josh Allen did not play a bad game. He didn't play a bad game. I'm just like you. I can't put it on Josh Allen. He didn't play a bad game. But just like Shannon Sharp, just like Unc says, it's about the moments. And in the moments, Josh Allen ain't it. Josh Allen is not it in the moments. But guess who is, though? Guess who is, though?
Let's stop that.
Patrick Mahomes. Now, let's go back in history. We'll go back in history. If it wasn't for a coin flip, a coin toss, and Kansas City getting overtime rules back in, I think it was 2 years ago. Buffalo could have won the game. Buffalo could have been in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a coin toss. Overtime rules. I agree. I would give you that one. But
even with this one, I feel like beating my heart of hearts. I feel like quarterback play, Josh Allen kind of outdoor Patrick Mahomes.
Nah, he did not. No, he did not. He did not. He did not.
You got to look at what he did. He led the team in rushing and passing. He did everything he possibly could.
Patrick Mahomes was more efficient. He was more efficient. Patrick Mahomes was 17 of 23 for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen was 26 of 39, 186 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, he did lead the team in rushing with 72 yards, and he had 2 fumbles.
True. Very true. But also look at what Pacheco did for that. I said that.
Pacheco had 97 yards rushing in the game. 97 yards rushing. Pacheco,
Hey, look at Kimo, but he runs so funny.
That's all I was just about to say.
He runs so funny, bro. But those people patting the key moment though.
Y'all remember?
You seen them little feet?
Y'all remember that video? Right? Hey, I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all remember that video of Zion when Zion was walking off the court and he was walking like this and he bumped into the coach. That's how Isaiah Pacheco run. He ran like that.
Hey, bro, he got a third down conversion, bro. I was so mad because it looked like I was watching Little League football.
Oh, bro. My God.
Somebody hit him, bro.
It was so funny, bro. I was like, what is up with this dude, man? Like, why he run like that, bro? It's so funny. But real talk, though, the Chiefs could have won that game by 10 if it wasn't for a Mecole Hardman fumble through the end zone that caused a touchback. Kansas City was on the verge of putting another touchdown on the Bills, and that would have cemented the game, and we wouldn't even be talking about a drop pass by Stephon Diggs or underthrown pass by Josh Allen. We wouldn't even be talking about
What about the missed field goal? We would have been in overtime. It's a lot of what ifs.
A lot of what ifs. In that game. You're right. It's a lot of what ifs in that game.
And honestly, I think it's a classic, but to put it up under the Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, I'm not there yet.
Who said that?
That's what everybody was saying. I'm not really there yet. Like, if you watch the game, that's all they kept comparing it to. I'm not really there yet. I feel like the Tom Brady and Peyton Manning comparison goes better with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, man. And
that's coming from a Bills fan.
And you know what? And that's hard. And this is hard because Joe Burrow was hurt. This whole playoff season could have looked a lot different. If Joe Burrow was playing. A lot different. And I'm
5-1.
Exactly.
So you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, this could have looked a whole lot different, man. Like, Joe Burrow is my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL. I know a lot of people talk about Bryce Young, but I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. I still think Bryce Young is great. But Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes are my guys. I love those two guys. Those guys, I don't know what it is. It's just something about them, dog. They amazing at the quarterback position.
Hey, Auburn fans, you hear this? He gave 2 SEC quarterbacks to both rounds.
Patrick Mahomes is not from the SEC. He's from the Big 12, sir. Stop.
Oh, you said Patrick Mahomes? I thought you said Joe Burrow. My bad.
I said Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes.
I thought you said Bryce Young.
No, I said Bryce Young is my guy because I'm a Panthers fan.
Oh, my bad.
You know,
misunderstood.
You know, it is what it is. You know,
I said Bryce Young and Joe Burrow. My bad.
I guess.
Patty Mahomes.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, that's the end of the first quarter, man. Marcus, how you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Thank you for helping me get through that depression, man. I was able to laugh about Pacheco.
Man, Pacheco ran so funny, bro. I had to say that because I was about to say, I was like, man, y'all see how he run?
Because I was depressed, Nick. I was depressed. Funny. I had to shake back.
Funny.
Hey, Hey, the commentator hit me with the same. It was right again. My heart just dropped. I'm like, yeah.
All right.
Like, man, stop, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what time it is. Let's go ahead. Let's head to the second quarter. Let's go.
Now entering the second quarter.
Oh, thank y'all so much for tuning into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. Make sure that you're wide. Make sure you're using the hashtag wctpod to share this video. And if you listen to us on your favorite podcast player, please like and rate the podcast. Let's go into the second quarter, man. Second quarter, man. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Right now, Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, AFC Championship game. Probably the top two quarterbacks left in the league, right? In the AFC Championship game right now. If you want to rank them, you could probably put them 1, 2. You can flip them however you want to. I think Patrick Mahomes is 1.
1, 2.
I think Patrick Mahomes is 1. I think Lamar's 2. That's how I have it. But right now, who's more dangerous? Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson? Who you taking?
Right now, who's more dangerous?
No. I want to set. I want to set the parameters. Just them as a player.
Okay, just them,
as a player.
I just want to ask you. Just them as a player. I'm going Pat
Who's
Mahomes.
more?
Just them as a player. If we going just them as a player, a person who I'm putting my money on when the game is on the line, going down the field. Just them as a player. Accuracy, improvising, on talent. I'm going Pat Mahomes. And that's no slight to Lamar Jackson. But if we going player versus player, it's Pat Mahomes.
Like I say all the time, you don't bet against Patrick Mahomes the second. Is he the second or is he junior? I think he's the second. He one of them. I don't know. Anyway, but Patrick Mahomes is that guy, man. Proven. This is Patrick Mahomes, since he's been a starter, his 6th consecutive AFC Championship game.
Yep.
Bro, is he not tired?
He never missed an AFC Championship.
Is he? But this is the first time the game would not be played at Gehart Stadium in Kansas City. That is a factor.
Well, I think the only thing that will be a problem with Pat is he's playing the number 1 defense, arguably one of the best defenses of all time.
So you said so? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
Statistically, arguably one of the greatest defenses. Statistically, not by names, but stats.
No, I ain't talking about my name. I'm talking
about
the 0-2 Ravens defense that won a Super Bowl. Was it 0-2? 0-1. 0-1 Ravens defense that won a Super Bowl. And for a 5-week period, didn't allow a 100-yard total game by another offense.
Total game, yeah.
Come on now. I can't go that far, baby boy. I can't do it.
I said statistically. Listen, I said statistically for a reason because they won the Triple Crown. One of the only defense that ever win the Triple Crown.
You right.
So that's why I said statistically. Because me personally, I got a lot. I got the Legion of Boom. Sitting up there.
That's a good one.
I got the Legion of Boom. I got that Steelers defense with Troy Polamalu. And you got that,
Joey
like
Porter,
you said, you got
all them guys.
Joey Porter, yeah, and then you got that Baltimore defense. Like it's some defenses, you know what I'm saying? But I just said statistically, you can argue one of the only defenses to ever win the Triple Crown. You can argue it. I'm not saying it though.
Yeah, I can't go that far. I'm gonna go to 0-1 Ravens defense, man. That defense was amazing. For the simple fact that I remember that for a stretch there, the Baltimore Ravens offense couldn't even score a touchdown, and they were still winning games because of the defense. Like, that's amazing to me.
They had Trent Dilfer as the quarterback.
Well, Trent Dilfer came in. He came in to relieve another quarterback. I can't even remember who the quarterback was that he came in to relieve because they wasn't. I don't know. I can't even remember who it was.
Was it Brunel?
It was not Mark Brunel. It was not Mark Brunel. I know that it wasn't Mark Brunel. I can't do that. But Patrick Mahomes is the correct answer in this situation for me. Patrick Mahomes is dangerous, man.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes.
He won a Super Bowl off one leg, bro. What more can you put on his resume?
Patrick Mahomes is dangerous, and as we say, this is no slight to Lamar Jackson because this is where I come in at right here. As of right now, Lamar Jackson is the league MVP. As of right now, but I'm gonna say this. You know, I like to say controversial stuff. If Patrick Mahomes wins this weekend, Patrick Mahomes is league MVP.
Well, I don't think
Patrick Mahomes is league MVP.
Postseason, do they? Do they take account of postseason?
No, they don't.
Do they take account of postseason play?
They don't. But the thing is, they don't start voting for league MVP, if I'm not mistaken, until after the season. Like, they don't give out the award until after the season. Like, I don't even think they start. I don't even think they started vote. I don't even think they said they vote yet for league MVP. If they have, I missed it. I haven't seen it, but or I haven't read anything about it saying that they started voting for it. But if Patrick Mahomes wins this weekend, and I told y'all, if Patrick Mahomes wins this weekend, he gonna win the Super Bowl.
I will say this. This is what I'll say, and I've been on record to say it, Kyle. I'm gonna say this live. If he beats this defense with those weapons, Nick, you have a strong argument with that Tom Brady situation.
I already have it, bruh. I already have an argument for that.
You have an argument.
Look.
This right here makes your argument a whole lot stronger.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saving this until after the season because I'm setting this up for like 3 episodes down the road, ladies and gentlemen. If Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl, because I got the stats to prove that Patrick Mahomes right now is ahead of Tom Brady. The only thing Tom Brady got over Patrick Mahomes right now is 1 Super Bowl. That's it. But I'm going to leave that right there for another time. I'm going to let y'all hold that talk. But right now, the most dangerous person right now between Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the most dangerous person. I'm trying to think of other players on the remaining teams right now. Could Patrick Mahomes be the most dangerous player remaining in the playoffs right now? I
would say Christian McCaffrey.
That's what. See, that's a debate. Because I agree with you. I can say Christian McCaffrey could probably be considered the most dangerous.
If we're gonna look, only reason why I would give him the edge over Christian
Pacheco, maybe could Pacheco be considered one?
If we calling dark horses, Pacheco is my dark horse. If you get what I'm saying, if we saying quiet impact that might win Super Bowl MVP, if they get there, that's the kind of award Pacheco's aiming for. Like, I feel like if they get there, he going for 100. He might go for $120. But me, myself personally, if I did give Christian McCaffrey, not Christian McCaffrey, but Patrick Mahomes the edge over Christian McCaffrey, it would be because he's battle tested. He's been there before. 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl appearance. Like, he been there before. So that right there, experience alone would give him the edge. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why I would say Patrick Mahomes over Christian McCaffrey. But when you speak on what that man does for San Francisco,
well, you can say the same thing about Deebo Samuels when he not hurt.
Yeah, but the thing about it was both of them were shook up last week against the Packers, and we seen who actually with a sore calf, Christian McCaffrey was still trying to run out the building.
You got a point. I see what you're saying. I see where you're going. But between Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, it's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we agree on that.
That's it is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, thank y'all so much, man. That's the end of the first half. Marcus, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I can't complain. How you, brother? How you?
I'm here, man. I'm excited, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for listening to us, man. The Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. We thank y'all, man. It's the end of the first half. Y'all know what time it is, man. Let's go ahead and let's head into halftime.
You don't out your seats. It's halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, we are now in halftime, and I don't even got to say anything. Just play the clip. Roll it.
Roll them.
Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Hollywood Media, and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography, Hollywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life, from college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Hollywood Media make your event star-studded. Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood. Yo, man, shout out to our guy DJ, man.
Yes, sir.
Longtime supporter of the Water Cooler Talk podcast. One of the first supporters of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. Shout out to him, man. We got to get him back on here, man. Hopefully we can have him on here.
He had a birthday not too long ago.
He
Happy
did.
belated birthday,
He
dude.
did, man. Happy birthday to DJ, man. Happy birthday to him, man. Appreciate him, man. Appreciate him. Man, we got to get him back on here for the Super Bowl week episode. We gotta get some more people on here for the Super Bowl week episode, man. We gotta make that one big. You know what I wish we could do? I wish we could go to the Super Bowl and stream from the Super Bowl. That'd be dope. Maybe one day. Maybe next year. Who knows?
Manifest it.
Hey, it is in New Orleans next year, so we might be able to be there. We might be able to go. But shout out to DJ, man. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at Hollywood_media and on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. Shout out to DJ, man. Oh, man, we in halftime right now, man. And bro.
You a fool, bro.
Bro, man. Hey, no. That's at the end of the show. That's at the end of the show. So what is this story about ESPN that you?
So allegedly, ESPN has been giving out false names to the Emmys and got caught up with their hand in the cookie jar.
What the
trying to get people Emmys from their broadcasting. I think they called Lee Corso Lane Kiffin or something like that. I don't know what they called.
Oh my God. What is going on with these people, man? What in the
They
world?
called Lee Corso or something like that. I think.
What?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, man. ESPN just trying to get their rank up, man.
Goodness gracious, bro.
I think they called Stephen A. Smith Samuel L. Jackson or something like that. I don't know what the report was.
So I know we playing right. So basically the story is ESPN has been submitting fake names to the Emmys. To the real name is something the television something of arts and sciences. It's along that stands for that gives out the Emmys. And they've been submitting fake names so they can get the statues and the awards so that they could be considered award-winning shows. They have had to give back 37 statues because they have given out fake names. Yo, ESPN, what you doing, dog? What you doing?
Hey,
what is going on?
Stop cheating. Hey, stop cheating.
God, that's hilarious, man. That is funny,
cheating,
bro. That is funny, bro. That is funny.
Man. The other news, shout out Joel Embiid, 70-point game.
Joel Embiid got 70 points, man. On the same date, 18 years to the date, if I'm not mistaken.
Talk about it.
To Kobe Bryant hitting 81 points. Kobe Bryant hitting 81 points. 18 years to the date, man. Shout out to Joel Embiid for doing that feat, for completing that feat. He had 59 points, I believe, at the beginning or somewhere in between the fourth quarter, and ended up and scored like 11 points in the final 6 minutes of the game. Amazing, man.
And guess who he was going against? Wembanyama.
But you know what? Wembanyama didn't have a bad game. Wembanyama he had 33 points. If Embiid did not have a 70-point night, Wembanyama would have been a story. He had 33 points on 10 of 19 shooting in the game. That's amazing. That's amazing.
I don't know what everybody was on last night. I think they need to drug test the whole league. Everybody need to be in the drug test office tomorrow. 70, 60. KD he scored 45. Jason Tatum scored like 39.
Come on, man.
Who
scored? Somebody scored 54. Who scored 50? Somebody scored 54. I don't know. But somebody scored 54 points. Somebody was like Devin Booker. Devin Booker had like a 54-point game, if I'm not mistaken. Did he?
I thought KD had that 45 and hit a game on him.
Somebody had a 50-point game, bro. Somebody had a 50-point game, bro. It might be wrong. I might be wrong. It's not Devin Booker. You're right. It was KD. I'm talking about. I just remember the light-skinned dude. That's it. Let me stop.
Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. You borderline light-skinned yourself.
Let me stop. All right, man. Let's go, man. It's time for us to go ahead and get it back. The teams are ready to go, man. The teams are ready to rock and roll. Let's make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to head to the third quarter.
We've now entered the third quarter.
Oh, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Water Cool Talk podcast, man. We in the third quarter right now. Make sure that you all are subscribing, liking, sharing the video, using the hashtag wctpod. Hey, man, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and TikTok. Getting a lot of engagement on TikTok, man. A lot of engagement. We need y'all to follow us as well, man. Help us out, man. If you're in the Twitter sphere, they call it X now. Follow us at CoolersPod23. And on Facebook, everybody got a Facebook page, man. Go to our Facebook page, like and follow our Facebook page at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Facebook. All right, man. We in the third quarter right now, man. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. Which remaining team is the most dangerous? I mean, we got NFC Championship, San Francisco versus San Francisco will host the Detroit Lions. And in the AFC Championship, the Baltimore Ravens will host the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Which one of these teams is the most dangerous team remaining? Who you got, Marcus?
In my opinion, I'm gonna go Baltimore because defense wins championships, and I feel like honestly, Baltimore has the best defense left.
Okay.
So I feel like Baltimore will be the most dangerous because, like you said, barring things changing, they have the MVP quarterback and the number one defense. So me, I would go Baltimore, especially seeing how they did Houston, a hot Houston team last week. You know what I'm saying? So right now, if I had to choose right now today, I'm going Baltimore.
Yeah, man, they made CJ Stroud look dangerous. I mean, not dangerous. They made him look like a rookie. Baltimore's defense made him look like a rookie. That was the first time I saw him, and I was like, yo, this guy looks like a rookie, man. He looks like a rookie. Like what you would expect him to look like during the season. Nah, Baltimore.
He wasn't going to none of them check downs.
None of them. I was like, goodness gracious, man.
Who you got, Nick? Who you got?
You said something about team of destiny with Baltimore. That's what you said.
Yeah,
I don't see that. I don't see that. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't see that. The team that feels like the team of destiny to me is the Detroit Lions. And when you deal with something like that, that makes them dangerous because they believe. They have confidence. When you believe and when you have confidence and you feel like you can do anything, you do it. You end up doing it. And with the way that San Francisco looked against the Green Bay Packers last weekend, Jared Goff is a little bit better quarterback than Jordan Love. He has probably a little bit more experience on the wide outside, and he got Laporte. How you say it? Laporta at the tight end position.
Tight end position.
This Detroit team is dangerous, and I picked them as my Super Bowl dark horse at the beginning of the season. I did. Detroit is dangerous. Detroit could literally, and I failed to mention, and you have a coach in Matt Campbell that actually cares about his players.
His name Matt? I thought his name was Dan.
Dan Campbell. Where am I getting Matt from? God,
I was like, bro. Matt. Who is Matt?
Who is Matt Campbell? Oh man, God, Dan Campbell. You right, Dan Campbell, who actually cares about his players in the organization.
Yes,
and about winning. And when you
he played for the organization.
He did. And when you have all of that come together, and he does this, that makes them a dangerous team because they believe and they have confidence. I'm putting them as my most dangerous team remaining because of that reason right there. And the fact that San Francisco looked really bad on defense this past weekend against Jordan Love and the Packers. Because I expected the game to be an interesting game. I didn't expect it to be close. I thought San Francisco would come out, and I thought they would come out and at least win by, 7, 14 or something like that. It would be interesting at the beginning, but then they would pull away. It didn't happen. They made Green Bay's defense troubled Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy didn't look that great. He didn't look that great against them guys, man. I'm looking at Brock Purdy's numbers. Brock Purdy, excuse me, 23 of 39, 245 for one touchdown.
Man, let's go back. Let's talk about it. Even when he was in the MVP candidate.
Yeah, why was he in the MVP conversation? I'm gonna be completely honest. Why was he in the MVP conversation?
Because his weapons, bro. His weapons made him look good for a couple weeks in a row. and you gotta like Ryan Clark, you gotta act like he deserves to be there. But we all know his weapons is what his weapons is.
Yeah, he throws the ball. He throws with anticipation very well when his weapons are there. Yeah, he's not a great thrower. Doesn't have a strong arm.
And I'm gonna really dive into my analysis next quarter because what the topic is next quarter. But leave it right here with that. From my understanding, from a San Francisco fan, I've been doing my research. They said that San Francisco and Green Bay always play each other close from the Aaron Rodgers and Colin Kaepernick days. And Matt LaFleur and Matt Shanahan
Kyle
kind of know each
Shanahan.
other. Yeah, my bad.
Kyle Shanahan. Who the fuck is? I mean, who is Matt? Who is Matt?
We keep saying Matt. You got me saying, me saying Matt.
Matt.
I don't know who. Fire him. But Kyle Shanahan and Matt LaFleur, they kind of know each other's game plans like the back of their hand. So it was people from San Francisco fans were telling me that's why the game was so close. But
was it though?
Maybe that's an excuse for them. But
or maybe the fact that San Francisco defense just didn't look that great.
Maybe San Francisco defense is overrated with Fred Warner.
Oh no, Fred Warner is good. No, I got it. No, Fred Warner is that deal.
I said defense as a whole, not as a player. Not as a player.
Fred Warner is that
deal. Is that deal. He is that deal.
But I'm gonna throw this. I got
a question for you.
Go ahead.
Before you ask your question, who would you rather take, Fred Warner or Prime Bozeman? That's his name. Wait,
to my Nick Bosa?
No, the old line. No, take it back. Who would you rather take? Patrick Willis.
Oh, Patrick Willis. I was about to say who
or Fred Warner. No. They had a Ballman on their team when Patrick Willis was there.
I'm taking Patrick Willis. Patrick Willis all day.
Patrick, okay. I just wanted to ask that question.
Take Patrick Willis, but Fred Warner is not bad. Fred Warner,
not at all. No,
not at all. He's up there. I think he's a first team All Pro or something like that. First or second team All Pro. Yeah, Fred Warner's that deal. Nah, but I'm gonna say this. Right here. Is Nick Bosa overrated?
I ain't said you did.
Are we just saying this? Are we just saying this? Are we just saying this because his brother of his last name? Because his brother's really good. His brother's really good.
I would
Joey
say
Bosa's really good, but is Nick Bosa overrated?
I would say he's having a down year this year.
Okay, all right. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
I hope he bounce back because if he doesn't bounce back next year. Or if he doesn't bounce back next game, because he played.
He ain't hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I ain't been hearing his name like that. And I watched the game last week, so I'm gonna
just leave it. I just asked the question.
And with his collegiate teammate being on the other side,
I just asked the question.
He's supposed to be doing this right now. So that's a down year for him. That's all.
Yeah, it's a down year. It's a down year. Okay, fine.
Down year for him.
Down year. I just asked the question. I was just curious to know. Because he ain't really have that much of an impact in the game, if you ask me.
Hey, you said it, I didn't.
Hey, I don't mind saying it. It's cool with me. It's fine with me. So Marcus is going with the Baltimore Ravens as the most dangerous team remaining. I am saying that because the Detroit Lions have confidence and they believe. And like
we
all
believe.
that stuff. Hey, I still got that shirt. I
still do too.
We believe on the back. I still got that. Anyway.
Give my jersey code, AJ.
Because of that, Detroit is a dangerous team. Detroit is a dangerous team, man. So look for that. Ladies and gentlemen, man, that's the end of the third quarter, man. Y'all already know what happens. We get ready to head to that final one. Throw the foes up because we ready.
Yeah.
We ready.
Yeah.
We ready.
Yeah.
For y'all.
We have now arrived at the fourth quarter.
Yo, man, we in the fourth quarter right now, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. We thank y'all so much for being a part of the Water Cooler Talk family, man, and rocking with us. Let's go ahead and get to the topic in the fourth quarter. Let's end it off right and with a bang, baby. Which of these is more likely to happen? Kansas City defeats Baltimore or Detroit defeats San Francisco. Who you got, Marcus?
I think, Nick, this is the only part of the show that we probably were gonna differ today.
Okay.
I think what's more likely to happen in this, he's 50-50 right now. If Debo Samuels does not play in Detroit versus San Francisco, I feel like it's more likely that the Detroit Lions will sneak out with the win. If Brock Purdy does not have all his weapons, I think Detroit will come, see, and conquer the 49ers.
Wow. So, okay, so let's get this straight. So you saying they still have Kittle, they still have Christian McCaffrey, and you still telling me that you think Detroit will beat the San Francisco 49ers, even without Debo?
Without Debo, hold up. I seen the stat today. Hold on. Without Debo, let me see. Can I pull it up? They have a loot. I'll just go as far as to say I can't give you the right statistics unless I really just dive into Google, and I don't got that much time. Without Debo, the San Francisco 49ers have a losing record.
Wow. Man, that's tough. And you know what? I kind of might have to agree with you on this because I went back and forth on this one. I went back and forth with you on this one. What's more? The question is, which is more likely to happen?
Yeah.
More likely. I'm not sitting here saying that Kansas City will not beat Baltimore, but I believe it's a more tougher task for Kansas City to beat Baltimore in Baltimore.
Definitely.
I think that's a more tougher task. But because of who the quarterback is, there's a very good chance that Kansas City wins that game. Very good chance. With the way that those receivers are catching the ball now, with the way that defense is playing for Kansas City, they can get a stop, a timely stop, and give Patrick Mahomes the ball back and get him at least in field goal range to win a game. I can see that. But what's more likely to happen, based on what I have seen so far, I would probably have to say Detroit beat San Francisco. I would say that. This team of destiny, man, I'm telling you, when you deal with this type of thing, with this team of destiny type thing, which is the feeling that I get around this Detroit team, it's dangerous. They believe, they have confidence, and they just
If you get in a dogfight with them, it's gonna be scary.
It's gonna be a problem. And just looking at what San Francisco did last week and almost lost the game, if it wasn't for a missed Anders Carson field goal and a last-second interception by Jordan Love, San Francisco would probably not be in this game right now. And Detroit would be hosting the Green Bay Packers for the NFC Championship. Man.
So, I finally found it. So all time since Debo has been there, San Francisco is 8-9 all time since Debo has been a part of the roster.
So without him in the game,
they are 8-9.
So basically, they are 47%. So basically, they're a little under 50%. So they half and half.
That's all time. So you got to take into account of when he got there.
This is what I'm saying. So if in 17 games that he has not played, he has not been active for them to play, they've won 8, lost 9.
Yeah, all time though. This not Brock Purdy. That's all I'm gonna say.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So basically,
you take into account of Jimmy Garoppolo. Brock Purdy, I think this year is 0-3 without Debo.
Man, that's tough. And if he doesn't play, that's a big blow too. And also, Kansas City has lost their All-Pro guard, Joe Toomey. He may not play this weekend for Kansas City.
Oh man.
He's getting
here last time.
He getting an MRI on a pectoral muscle that he's supposed to be that may be torn. So if that's the case, he can't play. So
you remember last time he lost a lineman in the playoffs? What that looked like?
Patrick Mahomes was Superman. He was Superman.
He was jumping around throwing the ball like he was Superman. Now people weren't catching it at all. So
I don't know, man. I have confidence in him.
That was that Super Bowl.
I have confidence in him. But this is my thing, though, man. What is more likely to happen in this? The more likely situation to happen is Detroit to beat San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah.
But I'm not saying that Kansas City will not beat Baltimore because I think there's a chance that they do. I think there's a chance that Kansas City does because Kelsey, because of Pacheco, Valdez Scantling has come on lately. He's catching passes.
Man, why he want to come on? He came on against the Buffalo. He came on in the Buffalo game, bro.
But see, this is the
and
thing,
I'm like,
though.
bro. And I'm like, bro, like out of all the times in the world he want to come on, he came on in the Buffalo game.
Hey, I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes said, y'all ain't messing up my legacy. Y'all not messing up my legacy. That's what Patrick Mahomes told these dudes. Y'all ain't messing my legacy up.
I think he better get that Rice boy back healthy. He was a little shaking up.
Yeah, he was a little shaking up. Rice was shaking up. And you know what? All I'm gonna say is this, man. Patrick Mahomes has won with multiple different receivers. People was like, when Tyreek left, oh, it's over with. Then Juju came and it was like, oh, we don't know what we're gonna do. We won a Super Bowl with Juju. Then Juju league, they like, oh, what's going on?
But he went with Van Scantley, bro. Like
if Patrick Mahomes wins with Rice and Valdez Scantling, I'm telling y'all,
conversation over with. I don't really want to hear no conversation.
It's the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. And I'm trying, and see, I say stuff, and y'all be saying like, "Oh my God, nigga, you be saying."
I ain't gonna rush into that because I feel like
I be trying to tell y'all stuff, man.
Tom Brady crawl so Patrick Mahomes can walk. I feel.
Oh
like
my God! Really? Are we going into this?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No, we gonna do it right now because I know you want to do it for a whole segment. But I'm just saying, like, but me and you, I feel where you coming from.
Patrick Mahomes is great. Patrick Mahomes is great.
I'm not gonna deny that.
Joe Burrow's on that same level too. But Joe Burrow got to win some Super Bowls. He got to win some Super Bowls.
Yeah,
all right. He got to win some Super Bowls.
Thank you.
Joe Burrow got to win some Super Bowls.
You can't say.
Yeah, I can't say that.
The hard work.
I can't say that. He got to win some Super
Bowls.
Bowls. He got to win some Super Bowls. He got to. He got to win. He got to win like 3 or 4 Super Bowls, and it's coming.
Because if he just end up doing what he doing, he done it with Matt Nail. You know
exactly. So, very true. Very true. You know very true. Very true. But yeah, man. I'm telling you right now, man. I'm telling you right now.
So, question to you, Nick.
Go ahead.
Which do you think wins the game for KC?
Go ahead.
If KC defense beats Baltimore, if KC's defense shows up and stops Baltimore, do you feel like Patrick Mahomes can string together enough plays to beat that number one defense?
This is the thing. Patrick Mahomes' offense can move. They can move the ball down the field against anybody. That's not a problem. The problem is I'm not asking Kansas City's defense to come in and stop Baltimore. I'm not asking them to do that. I'm asking them to play situational football here. I'm asking them, look, in situational times, when it's 3rd and 4, and it's 1minute and 52 seconds left in the second quarter, and we get ready to go into halftime, I need a stop. I don't need Baltimore to go down the field and get a field goal or score. I need you to get a stop. I'm not asking you to come in here and shut down Baltimore's offense. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you in situational moments and times, I need to stop right now. And if you do that, and you can change the game from where it would have been a touchdown to 3 points, or it would have been 3 points to 0 points, and you give Patrick Mahomes the ball, and he can go down and get a field goal or a touchdown, that's a game right there, baby. Because I feel like this game is going to be won by 7 points or less.
I agree with that.
This game, the Kansas City Baltimore game is going to be won by 7 points or less. That's what I think.
I feel like the Kansas City Baltimore game is going to boil down to the matchup. Lamar Jackson will be as successful as his receivers allow him to be in this game. And I feel like if Zay Flowers wins the matchup against Snead, if Likely wins the matchup against Willie Gay hurt. So if he wins the line, if he wins against Bolton and the linebacker core against Kansas City, then that's when you will see the offense of Baltimore really get into the groove of, running fluent. If they don't win those matchups, I see Lamar Jackson becoming who he always been, putting the team on his back, carrying the ball, because he hasn't really had to do that this postseason. He hasn't really had to carry the ball and improvise like that. Now, if you put him in a situation where he has to win it with his legs, maybe you can put him in a situation. Now, if he's controlling the game, you're in trouble. If Lamar Jackson's in that offense is controlling, that defense is good enough. That defense is good enough to, like you said, to those situational stops. Their defense is good enough to get those.
I think
so. Him controlling the game would be a problem.
I think if the running backs are running, if the running backs are getting 6-7 yards a pop and they're controlling the game, Kansas City's in trouble because Patrick Mahomes is not on the field and the clock is running. So if Baltimore is running the ball effectively with their running backs and they're chewing up clock and they're eating up yards, that's a sign of trouble for Kansas City because the superstar is not on the field.
I feel like they're not gonna just solely do it with their running back core because at the end of the day, you got Lamar Jackson. So you going if you watch Buffalo's game, you've seen a couple of those boots and scrambles work out for Josh Allen. So you looking like, man, Lamar Jackson running 4-3. Josh Allen a bruiser, so he trying to get contact. Lamar Jackson finna hit that gap and he
go.
Yeah, so you know when you break it down like that, I'm just real anxious to see those one-on-ones because if I feel like if Snead don't allow one touchdown all season, and that was last week. So if he can get Zay Flowers in those one-on-ones, because if you go back first half of that Houston game before Lamar and them got settled in, Lamar looked a little bit shaky.
That's because they didn't play. He didn't. He hadn't played. He hadn't played in 2 weeks, so he had to get back in the groove.
Yeah, of course. But shoot, you can't start off slow against a championship pedigree.
Oh no. Oh no. If he start off slow against Kansas City, it's OV.
You can.
Patrick Mahomes gonna put 14 on him real quick. He gonna put 14 on him real quick.
You can't start off slow against a championship pedigree team. So I'm just really anxious to see that matchup. And then, like, you got Marlon Humphreys and that Patrick Quinn on that other side. I just, like you said, I know Patrick Mahomes gonna find a way to, put points on the board. But will those guys make a big stop? Who are you gonna put on Travis Kelce in those big situations? And what receiver?
That's a great question.
What receiver is gonna come play for Patrick Mahomes this week? Is it gonna be Valdez?
I got a feeling it's gonna be Kadarius Toney. Watch and see. Kadarius Toney gonna ball out.
Man, hey, he come out the woodwork like this, bro. After being on MIA alert,
he gonna ball out.
He been on MIA alert. I didn't even see him touch the field against us.
This is exactly. This is what I'm saying. This is Kadarius Toney's weekend to ball out. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us, man. It's the end of the game, man. Marcus, how you feeling about that?
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. I needed this to get past what I was going through. This has been real therapeutic for me after this hurtful weekend that I had.
We'll talk about it.
Cooler Talk family.
We'll talk about it a little bit more in the post game. Let's go.
It's time to shut down in the post game.
Yo, we in the post game right now, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. Again, make sure you subscribe, you're liking, and you're sharing the video using the hashtag wctpod on YouTube. Hey, man, if you listen to us on your favorite podcast player, please make sure that you're liking and that you're rating and that you're writing a little comment in the bottom, letting the people know how you feel about the show, man. It helps move us up in the rankings so other people can listen to the show as well, man. Hey, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. On Instagram and TikTok, I keep saying it, we are getting a lot of engagement on TikTok, but we need those engagements to turn into followers. So we appreciate that, man. And we follow back as well too. So please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at the Coolest Pod, at Coolest Pod 23 on Twitter and on Facebook. Follow us at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Like and follow us on our Facebook page, the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Go ahead, Marcus.
Nick, I got breaking news right now.
Listening?
Well, it might not be breaking, but I'm just finding out. CeeDee Lamb's mom has been tweeting about CeeDee Lamb wanting out of Dallas.
Bruh, see, this is the thing. See, I read this. See, this is a story that happened earlier with Michael Parsons' brother, apparently, had put some tweets out talking about how Dallas needs to get rid of Dak.
Dak, yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying.
And things of that nature. And I don't know, man. I'm okay. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. Like I said before, was that loss on Dak though? Was that what? Could you put that loss on Dak? The defense wasn't great. The defense gave up all them points. Now, okay,
I put it on Parsons.
I mean, okay, let's understandable. Dak did throw 2
But
interceptions.
he was hurt though.
He did throw 2 interceptions. Dak did throw 2 interceptions. One was a pick six.
Interception.
Yeah, they was tragic. But the thing is this though, man. How can you put that on Dak? And the defense gave up 34 points.
Thank you. Michael Parsons was nowhere to be found. 2 tackles.
So I mean, my thing is this, man. And then of course, you know, Diggs has been out since like week 3 with a torn ACL. But still, though,
Gilmore got exposed.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But still, though, man, you can't put all that on Dak, man. Like you literally can't say, "Oh, this is Dak's fault." He threw 2 interceptions. Yes, he did. He did.
Like no disrespect, Nick. No disrespect. Like for real. How can you scream MVP during the season and as soon as y'all lose, he need to be gone? Like everybody was screaming like this was Dak's MVP season, MVPs. What happened? What
I don't know,
man.
I don't know. I think
fandom?
This is my thing. I think Dak is getting a lot of fake love in Dallas from a lot of people that's around him. I think Dak needs to move away. I think it's time for Dak Prescott to go ahead for his mental health and for his career to get out of Dallas. Get out of Dallas. Because one or two things is going to happen. One or two things is going to happen. No, not New England. One or two things is going to happen. If Dak wins a Super Bowl in Dallas, he will be the most loved person in Dallas, Texas, and Arlington, Texas. The most loved. He can go anywhere and eat for free for the rest of his life. Just one Super Bowl if he does that. But if he doesn't, and he gets out and he goes somewhere like Pittsburgh, he goes somewhere like New Orleans, he can even go somewhere, he can even go somewhere like, I don't know, Washington
Atlanta right now.
Atlanta. He can go to Atlanta. They got some young talent.
I want to see him in Atlanta. I want Atlanta to get Belichick and get
some young talent. And he wins a Super Bowl. That tells me everything I need to know. That it was not Dak the whole time. That is the Cowboys. That is what it is. But
it's Jerry
Jones. It's Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones need to fire himself as GM and president of the Cowboys and go somewhere.
He just need to sit back and stop trying to get credit. Like the biggest thing he did in his career was hire Jimmy Johnson,
and he messed that up.
I'm first saying the worst thing he did,
he messed that up.
Jimmy Johnson,
and Jimmy Johnson won 2 Super Bowls. He won 2 Super Bowls, and you messed that up because you wanted credit for it.
Bro, and they were collegiate teammates at Arkansas. Are we serious? Like,
come on,
Come on, bro.
It's like Jerry Krause with the Bulls. You know, Jerry Krause talking about some organizations wins championships. Jerry Krause, no, they don't.
Wanted credit.
Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen went out there and won them championships. What are you talking about? Because that was the core of those championships that they won in Chicago. Now, granted, you had a hand in helping put the talent around Jordan and Pippen that helped win those championships, but the core. And you saw it when Jordan retired. They made it to the conference finals, but they couldn't get over the hump. So what are you talking about, Krause? But Jerry Krause was a great GM.
Man,
but
Jerry Krause just love that he put Tony Kukoc in. Man.
Yeah.
That's his real claim to fame.
He was trying to get y'all ready for Tony Kukoc. That's what it was. He was like, Tony Kukoc is the next one.
Tony Kukoc. Tony Kukoc's my guy.
And they shut him down in the Olympics. Boy, it was like, no, Tony Kukoc. It is what it is. Marcus, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to give out the award that everybody loves, but the person that gets it, they hate it.
Give it up for the Water Boy Award.
Gatorade. H2O.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Marcus.
Yes,
Who
sir.
are you giving this week's Water Boy Award to? Boy, this is about to be hilarious, but go ahead.
Man, I usually give the Water Boy to horrible performances. But this guy here actually had a great performance. Just a bad ending to the game. Karl Anthony Towns, congratulations on your 62 points. But you lost. And you lost to the Hornets. And you only scored 4 points in the fourth quarter. So my question to you is, What happened to all those threes? You thought you were Stephen Curry in the first half, in the second, in the third quarter. What happened? Like you did all that just to still lose, man.
Oof.
Just to put up 4 points in the fourth quarter and lose against a Terry Rozier-less Hornets team with the leading scorer being who?
Brandon Miller at
The boy
27.
from the boy from Alabama.
Hey, he can
the
ball
boy
though.
who-
I ain't gonna lie, Brandon Miller can
boy-
ball, but
the boy who just dodged the murder case.
oh my God, allegedly, man, allegedly.
Oh man, he beat it.
That man was
It
never
wasn't
charged. He was never charged.
Man, shoot, man. Just cause, hey, he ain't getting the Water Boy award. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself about him. But, you got caught in town. You got caught in town, bro. When you put up 62 points, man. If I put up 62 points on 2K, we win it. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, you need to talk to your team or something. And wait, Elwood, where were you when your dude was doing all this hard work?
Hey, he was back chilling. That's what he was doing.
Hey man, look, man. I know you need it more than I do. So Nick, please pour my guy up a nice good glass of that cold water with that 62 and that L that he took.
All I'm gonna say is this: maybe if he would have had a cup of water, maybe he would have got the extra 3 points that he needed, 4 points that he needed to win the game. Because they lost by 3, didn't they? It was like 128, 125, something like that.
Bro, he went MIA.
He reminded me of
LeBron in that Dallas finals.
He was forcing it, man. He was forcing it. I mean, he was trying to get to 70. He was trying to get to 70. You could tell he was trying to get to 70.
Bro, he was shooting the ball like a guard, but he was just coming out.
I ain't gonna lie, he went like 8 for 9 from the 3-point line like the first half. He went like 8 for 9 from the 3-point line the first half.
The best thing he did last night, and I hate that he did it, was broke Kobe record for most points in the half.
Most points in the half. Yeah.
I ain't like that.
He was trying like you can tell they were feeding the hot hand. They were trying to get him close to that 81. They were trying their best.
Feeding the hot hand until it went out.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did. Well, Carl Anthony Towns, maybe you know it's a team game, not an individual game. And Kobe's Bryant just better than you. Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank y'all so much for listening to us and watching us here at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. Thank y'all so much. Marcus, what do you got to say to people before we get up out of here, boss?
Man, shout out to home team, man. I got some homeboys' birthday coming up, man. Tay, happy birthday. Freddie, happy birthday, man. Shout out to y'all boys, man. Shout out Trill, shout out Kyle, shout out Sham God, Kobe. Man, keep supporting, man. Please interact, man. We're getting way more active than we were last year. We have a lot of big things coming. We have a big interview right around the corner. Hey, man, we here. Like y'all thought we were going. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe, man. Thought I told you that we won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop, baby. Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, man, we thank y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Shout out to the home team, 334-46, Macon County, Tuskegee, man. Shout out to y'all, Booksy Washington High School. Shout out to the University of South Alabama for giving me my degree. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to my mom, my wife, all my family, man. Love all y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Hey, continue. Interact with us, man. Make sure y'all using the hashtag WCTpod. To help us spread out, man. We trying to get bigger. We trying to get better, man. We on the road to 300 right now. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers on YouTube. And we thank y'all so much. Oh, man. As I say before we get up out of here all the time, man, y'all have a good one. No, better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. One love.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Water Cooler Talk. Make sure to follow us on our socials on Instagram and TikTok at Water Cooler Talk and on YouTube at The Coolest Pod 23. Also, make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast player so that you never miss an episode.